typically by the time I get to this point and I've got time in between shows, I've already got some, like kind of a skeleton of an idea worked up. So I travel with a laptop that has Pro Tools on it. So I'll do a lot of my programming and kind of like pre-production work on the road. If I ever have any loose ideas or I'm just like messing around with some different samples or have an idea for a melody or a lead line, I'll just like scratch it out on the laptop, kind of work up the idea, and hopefully by the time I get into here, and this is my big studio here in Santa Monica, I just import the idea and take it from there. I've been in this studio for, I moved in here March, and typically with every album I move into a different studio space. I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know why that is. But it's cool with the new space. I definitely feel like kind of a surge of creativity. And that always kind of like helps me get into full album mode. But this studio, yeah, like I said earlier, it's here in Santa Monica. It's cool, I love the location. I'm just a few blocks away from the beach, so that's beautiful. If I ever do step outside, I actually remember that there is a sun shining, because sometimes this can be a little bit like a cave. But yeah, I've got, this is the main control room. I've got an ISO booth that's big enough for like, you know, like a small kit for a drummer, it's great for vocals. Then I've got a small machine room where I kind of keep all the noisy machines, the computer, and you know, whatever else is going to make noise. I go in there and then string it out here. A couple of the amps that are driving these speakers. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, this is the biggest studio I've ever owned to date. I'm loving these guys. These new Pioneer speakers are sweet. I've had them for, I want to say 4 months. But it's great. I mean, you can see in this studio, I've got 3 different monitors back here and then these guys up here. And I think it's really important when kind of mixing and mastering to have as many monitors that you feel comfortable with. And I love the Pioneers just because I felt really comfortable with them right off the bat. For whatever reason, I think it's probably because I use the Pioneer headphones a lot, and I felt comfortable with the sound already. So when I stuck the speaker on, it didn't take a long time for me to get used to. It was a really great reference because I felt like it was a pretty true, honest sound, and yeah, it's great. It's a great addition to the studio. You know, something that I can then listen to a mix on and be really confident on how it's going to translate in a bunch of different environments, from, you know, somebody's car to their home stereo. So yeah, it's been a great addition for me. I use these in the studio a lot to reference with. Just like I said before, it's like important to reference with as many things as you can, and yeah, so it's like, you know, one more great piece to check out the music on. And then here in the studio, I've got the Nexus mixer, the 900. That's been awesome. What else? The CDJ 2000s have been a staple in my set for a long time. You know, the 2000s are what I've been performing on. Now with the 2000s, it's great because Rekordbox, I'm traveling so much and I'm always on my laptop. I mean, Rekordbox has been just really huge for me to organize my music and kind of set up different playlists and be able to categorize my music really well. So when I'm doing shows, it's just easy for me to find stuff. You know, instead of flipping through records or going through books of CDs, it's just like, okay, cool. I'm in Pasha, it's 3 a.m. Oh, I've got a Pasha 3 a.m. playlist. Let me see what's on there. Oh, I've got 30 songs on here. Any one of these will work. It's cool. So yeah, Rekordbox has been huge for me. I don't know, most of my trouble happens from like sleep deprivation. going on like 2 or 3 days of no sleep and showing up at the wrong place at the wrong time. I've been known to do that a few times. Hey, wait. I mean, whatever. It was just this last weekend. I was transferring in Chicago and I walked into the women's bathroom instead of the men's. I looked like some freaky pervert, but really, I was like, no, you don't understand. I haven't slept in 3 days. I wasn't trying to be perverted. I was just confused. I was asleep. I was sleepwalking. Anyway, they understood. The Chicago people were good to me. O'Hare. The dance music scene is it's crazy, it's exploding. I mean, electronic music is just bigger than it's ever been here in America. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's just like 50 different things kind of coming together all at once. I don't know, with Lady Gaga championing the sound and kind of crossing over into a major pop icon, and I don't know, people just, it seems like everyone's more ready to hear electronic music more than ever. Yeah, now more than ever. It's just, it's crazy. I mean, I think I could play like every night of the week if I could handle it, which I can't. I think it would become a little, already, you know, doing 3-4 shows a week, it's just like, it's a strain. You know, I can only handle so much at one time, moving around and trying to balance that with time in the studio and writing and creating music. But it's really exciting times. I think a lot of people and a lot of American artists that have been kind of waiting for this moment are I mean, just really happy and excited to kind of see all this work, you know, pay off. It's nice that people are actually recognizing EDM as a, you know, an art form. So, まだ日本語覚えてるけど、やっぱりね、忘れるでしょうね。I used to live in Japan. It was 20 years ago. Spit out a little Japanese there for you. It was 20 years ago, so fluent might be a bit of an ambitious word, but yeah, I'm pretty proficient in Japanese. Yeah, I mean, I lived there for 2 years, so I picked it up pretty well, and yeah, definitely when I bust the Japanese people out, or even when I tour in Japan, I'm like speaking as much as I can, just because I don't have that many opportunities to speak Japanese here in California or even on the road, but I always take that opportunity when I have one. And people are always like, Nani? They're always like, what? Gaijin desho? They're like, wait, you're a foreigner, how do you speak Japanese? And I'm like, I always lie and say, my mom was Japanese. No. It's not the truth. Anyway, but I like to pull their leg, so. DJing, producing, it's a lot of fun, and I think it's more accessible now than it was, you know, 20 years ago when I got into it. Now the software on the laptop is so accessible. You know, the entry point is relatively easy from what it was. I mean, I can remember saving months and months and months to buy my first sampler, and I mean, it had something like 3 seconds on it. And it was like, that's all I got, that's it. You better really like that kick drum sound, because that's all you get. You get one of those and a snare, like. So it's cool. I think it's, you know, given a lot of people an opportunity to get into it, and even DJing, it's like, it's just so present now. It's out there. You know, you can go into a clothing store and there's some guy in the corner DJing live music while people are shopping. It's awesome. And if you're getting into the scene and you're getting into this and it's your passion, you know, find something that you love and stick with it and work hard, and I think it'll work out for you. I just was really passionate about, you know, a certain sound, and I just kind of stuck with it, and it worked out for me. I think if you find something you really love about the scene or about the music, you know, run with it, and like it'll pay off. I mean, at least the thing is that's constantly changing. It's probably around, I don't know, it's the car alarm noise, the you know? But now that's a big facet of what dance music is, so I don't know if I can hate that sound anymore. Dang it. I don't know, I'll have to come up with a new one. I'll work on that for you. But yes, I can do lots of sounds with my mouth. I don't know. That's good. Maybe that's why I got into producing. It's like my first tracks, I'd actually hold up the microphone and like, I can't find the keyboard that'll make this, I'll make it with my mouth. Anyway, good side note.